It's the future. The U.S. is being attacked by James Bond bad guy villain. Hillary Clinton's evil android robot stepsister has been elected president. You're more likely to be killed by laser beams and robots than smoking, and shorty short skirts are back in style. It's Vanquish. It's awesome.
Source is coming up from within the substructure.
Need a bit more intel than that.
Right, so you can say that every shooter is just another shooter these days, but some have a bit more style than others. Vanquish is loaded with that awesome anime robot mech combat style, and the pacing in this game is extremely fast. There's no online multiplayer, but there are leaderboards, and if you're more interested in blowing up people online than watching chicks in short shorts and robots exploding, then, well, I can't help your priorities. However, you may want to look towards Transformers War for Cybertron, which is actually very similar to this game. If you enjoyed that one, you should look at Vanquish. It's a tricky game, one that's filled with end-boss battles, and the screen will constantly be filled with tracer fire and explosions as you plow your way through battle after battle. Similar to Transformers, you can essentially transform and zip around the screen for a short time, like Blur from the Autobots, until your suit runs out of power, leaving you fairly vulnerable to attack. Additionally, you can use a time slowdown effect while your suit is fully powered up. Using all of these tricks and tools at your disposal is the key to your survival in Vanquish. One of the things that I found really cool about this game, in addition to the style, which I love because I love robot anime, is how playable this game is once you get used to the controls. It's extremely smooth, even when the screen is filled with enemies and gunfire. Vanquish doesn't skip a beat. And it has a laughable, cheesy style to it that prevents it from being too heavy and too serious.
You know, I think that shock treatment actually fixed my back problems.
Bet you can get one of those things on eBay.
Fans of Transformers and Gundam, Robotech should focus their homing missiles on Vanquish. It's very cool. This is published by Sega and has an arcade-style scoring system that's keeping track of your score throughout the campaign. There's also challenge missions that you're unlocking, and if you're really interested in multiplayer, then look elsewhere. Seriously, it's not a multiplayer game. This is single-player campaign action only. But with such stylish, well-made, fast-paced gameplay combined with a scoring system, Vanquish should keep you coming back for more if you enjoy a playthrough. When in doubt, give the game a rent, but give the controls a chance. This is very different than a Gears of War or Splinter Cell. It's more about speed, which is why I think it's more like Transformers War for Cybertron. Also, stylistically, it has a lot in common with Cybertron, as you can see. I think the environment in this game is outrageous as you're plowing your way through a space station. There's land and rivers and city above you, and the designers use all of this in the actual gameplay to great effect. There's a variety of weapons that are upgradable as you play through the game, and while the color palette is a bit cold and muted and everything red is essentially evil, so they're easy to pick out of a crowd and shoot at, Vanquish has a very likable charm for fans of mech anime, robot, shooting, explosion, sci-fi cartoon things.
Remember why we're here.
It's directing like that that just keeps you coming back for more. Vanquish. Non-stop action, fairly stereotypical storyline, but it's well worth it if you enjoy the style. Obviously, it's a game I thoroughly enjoyed. I'm not as into the multiplayer aspect as many people. If you want multiplayer, go elsewhere. Otherwise, give Vanquish a spin for your 360 or PS3.
That must be a new type of robot.
Just digging its own grave. This is gonna be fun.